Sorry. Hiya guys, and welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Amin and I'm here with Joyce. Welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? You've already got a license.
So I got my license last year, August,
Yeah.
in Birmingham, and ever since then I haven't really gotten much time to practice.
So have you
driving.
driven after your test?
A few times.
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
But I've never driven in London before, so
Yeah.
this will be a new experience to see how I do.
So we're going to be doing a mock driving test to see how you get on. Fair?
Yes.
And Joyce said she does want a challenging route, and challenging route she shall get. Okay, so do you know how today's going to go, or do you want me to tell you a little bit about it?
You can tell me that.
Okay, so throughout the drive, like on your driving test, I want you to keep following the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I'm going to tell you in plenty of time. If I'm not saying anything, just go straight. But if you're not sure where you're going, you can ask. I'm going to get you to follow some signs for a little while today. We're going to do one manoeuvre, and we may also carry out the emergency stop.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, perfect. If you guys are new to watching this channel and you enjoy watching this content, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment down below. Let us know what you thought of Joyce's driving today and experience drive mock test today, which we've not had in a little while. And subscribe to this channel if you're new. Select the bell icon and we are going to get started. Okay, so good luck. Whenever you're ready, let's get driving.
Okay.
You have to switch on the engine, by the way. Driving along this road, Joyce does have a good clearance all round, but then suddenly as we're going forward, she starts to move over towards the left and she gets marked down for her clearance. Now this was unnecessary as there was no other vehicles around, but even if you have to move over for an oncoming vehicle, you want to focus on controlling your speed so you have more time to be able to manage the space. Sorry. Approaching this width restriction, Joyce does switch down into first gear, but she has not slowed down enough. So her main issue was she's approaching too fast and I had to intervene with the steering wheel, otherwise we would have collided with the pavement on the left hand side. Sorry.
No, sorry.
That's okay. Sorry.
No, sorry.
That's okay. I'm still very precious about the alloys in this car.
I can't blame you.
So how are you finding London so far?
I really enjoy London.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much more fun than Birmingham.
Yeah. At the traffic lights, I'd like you to turn left, please. Joyce moves over towards the right nice and early, and she's got a good clearance on both sides of the vehicle, but as we're going through, she starts moving back over towards the left too early, and she gets too close to the last parked vehicle. In terms of changing gears, Joyce is making sure to always gear up nice and early, so she's always being really fuel efficient. She's not driving in low gears for too long at all. This is a great way of driving, but don't be afraid of using a lower gear if you do want more control. As we're going forward, these two lanes are now merging into one. Joyce does check her interior mirror, but she does not check her right mirror. There was nobody there, but it's always a good idea to check mirrors over towards the right as the lanes are merging. If you're on the right hand lane, then you would check mirrors over towards the left. At the traffic lights, I'd like you to turn right, please. It was really foggy this morning and now it's so bright.
It doesn't even feel like winter now.
Well, the grass is a bit icy over there. This traffic light crossroads is a near side turn. The road marking is slightly faded. Now there's only one traffic light here, which means as the traffic lights go green, we go forward into the junction, go about halfway and then turn about 45 degrees over towards the right. And when you're waiting in the middle, you watch the repeat traffic light in front of you. As soon as that repeat traffic light starts changing to red, you need to clear the junction. Firstly, Joyce doesn't go far enough forward as she's waiting in the middle, and secondly, as the traffic light started going red, she continues waiting until she could see the road ahead, and by this point, we were already waiting in the junction for too long. So you need to make sure as the traffic light starts changing, you're slowly edging forward, watching the road ahead and clearing the junction. The new road has a 20 miles per hour speed limit. There are signs on either side as we're going forward, and there are road markings after this point as well. Joyce does not realise until it's quite late.
So hard to keep to 20.
Yeah, you've never really been on 20 roads, have you?
No.
Yeah, the whole of London, 20 miles per hour.
Especially when I'm expecting it to be 30.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But you can see there's way too many hazards here for it to actually be safe to do any more. And we're going to be going left at the very end.
Is it here?
Yeah.
I guess I don't need a signal.
When you're driving along a high street like this, especially when there are parked vehicles just on one side, you want to be really careful as you're going past all the parked vehicles, as somebody may swing the door open or they might walk out in between the parked cars. So it's a good idea to keep slightly further away and drive slower if you're unable to move further away. At the roundabout, I'd like you to turn left, please. Driving along this road, we now have a cyclist in front of us. Now, whenever you're overtaking, make sure it is safe and necessary to actually overtake. So we're currently on a 20 miles per hour road, and this road actually widens quite a lot at this particular point. So Joyce was able to overtake really easily. But always make sure you're not overtaking where there are junctions ahead, where there is a brow of a hill ahead, or any bends in front of you. Because with all three of these, you can't see the road ahead. So you always want a clear view when it comes to overtaking. Left at the roundabout. Okay, so shortly we're going to be turning left. It's just a little bit further.
Okay.
Turn left before that next parked car. And then just following it round to the left into the car park.
Okay.
Anytime you go into a car park, remember the speed limit is usually 5 or 10 miles per hour, so it's a good idea to switch down into first gear, especially if you're going to be making a turn or you're unfamiliar with the layout of the car park. Alright, okay Joyce, if you can just forward park into a space of your choice, make sure you finish within the white lines of the parking bay.
Okay.
You happy to leave it there?
I'll just check.
Yeah, reverse out whenever you're ready. No, it's the other way around. It's the one-way system.
Sorry.
It's okay, you can still turn from here, it's fine. When you're in a car park and you're carrying out the forward or reverse park exercise, make sure to check out the layout of the road. So in this case, this is a one-way system, so we need to reverse that over towards the right and then go round the block in order to exit the car park. Sometimes this may be two-way, so you can reverse out the other direction. But in this case, we have to go over towards the left. Yes, I know we could have just driven through this particular parking space and just gone round towards the right, but the whole point of the forward bay park exercise is to actually see how the student reverses, and in this case, Joyce did really well, but I just needed to get her to reverse to then go around this little block. We've come at prime build time. and then we're going to make a left turn at the very end.
As Joyce gets to the end of this T-junction, she needs to position over towards the left right up to the giveaway line. Now on this particular occasion there is no giveaway line, but you can see the clear divide between the side road and the new road. The reason for this is so that you can actually see over towards the right hand side and be able to make a good decision. The only reason you would wait early like this is if there's pedestrians waiting to cross or already crossing. And in this case the pedestrian was actually walking behind our vehicle, so Joyce needed to go right up into the top left corner. And as we're waiting, you'll notice a motorbike turns up from behind us and he passes us from the left hand side and gets onto the new road before us. There's a little bit of traffic in front of us, and we also have a yellow box which is to keep the junction on the left hand side clear. Joyce ends up stopping on the yellow box. You want to make sure you are always keeping this clear.
Oh, I realised where I've stopped.
Just go forward.
There's a bus that's on a bus stop ahead and Joyce is checking her mirrors towards the right. She moves over towards the right, but she does not signal. I personally would have signalled because it helps the bus driver, and the road that's opposite the bus is actually a no entry, and also you want to be really mindful as you're going past the front of the bus.
And if you could pull in and park up on the left. Thank you. Okay, Joyce, we're going to start the independent part of your driving test now. Okay. So we're going to go down this road. When you get to the roundabout, I'd like you to turn left and then follow signs towards the A4.
Okay.
Okay. So whenever you're ready, you may move off.
Sorry, when did you say that I should be turning left?
At the roundabout.
Okay.
So at the roundabout, turn left and then follow signs to the A4.
Okay.
So following the A4 towards Chiswick, okay?
The left-hand lane is now continuing towards the M4 and it's going to go up onto the ramp overhead. The middle lane is currently the normal driving lane. And as we're following signs towards the A4, Joyce needed to move over because the right two lanes are going towards the A4. Once the left-hand lane has gone up onto the ramp, there is actually a new lane that gets added onto this dual carriageway, and there's also a slip road which is coming off of the M4 from overhead. Once the new lane gets added onto the dual carriageway, you want to make sure you're moving back over towards the left when it is safe to do so. At this particular point, because of that ramp that's coming down, it's actually safer to continue driving in the middle lane for a little bit longer, but you do want to make sure you are intending to move back. This would only have gone down as a fault if Joyce does not move back or doesn't show any intentions of even checking her mirrors to try and move back.
still following signs towards A4 Chiswick.
Approaching the roundabout, Chiswick is actually signposted around 10 o'clock and it is the second exit. So we could have just stayed in the far left lane to take that exit. Joyce moves in towards the right lane and then goes into the middle lane as she enters the roundabout. Now this lane also does go towards Chiswick, but I think Joyce simply miscounted the exits and she ends up taking the third exit instead. Remember, you can't fail your driving test for going the wrong way. It's all about how you're driving and if you're driving safe. So at this point, Joyce is not doing anything wrong in terms of the drivers around her. They're not affected by anything she's done. So this would not actually be a fault at all. If you can see clear road markings and she goes against the road markings, then that would be counted as a fault.
Okay, we're no longer following any signs.
Now that we're back on the dual carriageway, Joyce needs to keep the centre of her car in the centre of the lane, but she's actually positioning herself in the centre of the lane, which then puts the car too far over towards the left. So we're actually driving over all of the drains along this carriageway, which you would be able to feel as you're going through.
And we're going to be taking the next road on your left, just before that Porsche garage. We're turning left. At this roundabout, we're going to turn right, but it's like the half right, just up there. Thank you. So we're not following any signs at all now, okay?
Okay.
It's not your fault. Let's go right at the roundabout. Sounds like a little speed bump.
Oh, that's a narrow road.
And turn right at the roundabout, second exit, please. let's go in. And turn left, please. And if you could pull in and park up on the left-hand side, just after the second large tree, just after it. Just keep rolling all the way forward, just past the driveway, not too close. Not too close. That's fine there, thank you. Secure the car. So would you say that was similar to your actual test? Or did you feel at ease today?
I think,
Not going to be offended with the answer, by the way.
well, it's been like, I would say about a year since I was drone. I think I was much more cautious than usual, but then also making like mistakes I wouldn't usually make. Where the road narrowed,
Yeah.
getting too close to the curb.
So that was your first serious fault there. You were just coming in way too close. I was like, I'm not risking it. Not with the speed we were at as well. With your drive, unfortunately, it wouldn't be a pass. There we go. Forgot to say that bit. But with the drive, I felt like clearance was a bit of a factor. So your distance from the left, we had that pop up a few times. So you were moving too far over, and even just your normal driving on the dual carriageway, and as we were driving when the road's pretty clear, you tend to adapt a position where you're in the center of the lane, and now the car is too far to the left.
I see.
So that's what was happening. You remember when we were on the A4 on the dual carriageway and you went uphill? We kept feeling all the drains
Yeah.
because we're too close. So we just needed to shift over that little bit and we would have been fine. Besides that, I'm going to go over all the main points that kind of stuck out in my head. Bay park forward. Excellent. Very nicely done. That was so smooth, really nice. And when I said, are you happy to leave it there? I knew you were perfectly in the bay. I was thinking we've overshot ever so slightly forward, but it was okay. But hesitation, you mentioned this, it is a bit of a factor. When we got to that T-junction at the end after the car park, and we had a gap, we had a very, very clear gap, and then you just carried on waiting, and I'm thinking, I know it's clear, like we could see. The biker behind us went around us, and then eventually whoever was there went through, and now we've gone, to the end. So a bit of hesitation there for sure. We definitely could have gone right into that corner to have a better view and then be able to make that decision. And when you're there, keep looking both ways. Similarly, just when we got to this last roundabout, you saw we just kind of waited a little while, everybody kept going.
Yeah.
All of the traffic ahead, there must have been at least 5-6 cars. Where were they going?
Straight ahead.
We can take that, can't we? They're all blocking. We need to use that block. So like you said, bit of hesitation there. And it might be because you don't know the area and just getting back into the flow of it. I just didn't want to irritate the driver behind, which is why I said, yeah, let's go now. Yeah. You remember when I made that remark earlier when I said, oh, that was like a little speed bump?
Oh, on the roundabout?
Yeah, why did I say that?
Was it a speed bump?
It was a roundabout. How did you go over it?
Oh, like right over.
Yeah. So we didn't make any effort to just go a little left even. You literally went over it like that, awful tyres. I was like, definitely a speed bump there by the looks of it. If there's anything else, guys, I'll put it in the video, but I feel like I've gone over all the main bits. Let me just... Traffic light. Traffic light. You got a serious spot earlier at traffic light.
I did.
So, traffic light. Green. Cars in front of you. You couldn't see behind them. But again, I felt like we could have gone right up to the point where we should be waiting. We were a bit shy from that. We had a car behind us. Traffic light in front was green. The 2 cars in front of us started going, and the other cars in the distance were quite far away. We could have kind of nudged forward to see, but it's okay, fine. Now the traffic light is going red. So the traffic light started now changing, and you just waited for it to go red, and now the person behind's like, oh. And then when you went to go, it's now red, and then you stalled, and then you went. So it's the delay from you moving off. So we should have been moving off as soon as the traffic lights started changing.
Okay.
Yeah? So need to be a bit quicker on your feet, just because with traffic light junctions, there really isn't too much time between the traffic on our side stopping and then the other side starting. And of course, if we're sat in the middle and we've just stalled, just be a bit quicker to go, wait, I hope they're not moving. Have they seen me? Can I go? The guy behind us had to wait. He got stuck because we took too long. But normally 2 cars can get through, can't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a really big junction. Sometimes even 3 cars fit into that one, but we just didn't go far enough forward. And then we just took too long to react.
Okay.
Yeah? I know you went over the speed limit to 25. The car told you at that point, beep, beep. And I know you've never really driven on 20 zones before, so I get that. But be really, really careful.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the stats last week, actually. The number of people getting fined and getting points for speeding has doubled in the last sort of decade, I think. And most of them are doing it in the 20 zones.
Yeah, I think I can see where that happens.
Yeah, so be really careful. You have like new features in cars and stuff that can help you out with that. But just obviously speed limit, you can see it on the road. We shouldn't be going over it. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I guess about the speed limit, I wasn't really sure if I should stay in second or go to third, because I can see the revs are going up.
Well, if you want to be fuel efficient, you want to be in third. But then if you want more control, you want to be in second. So if I'm on a nice straight road like this, where there's not, like, let's imagine there's no parked cars, I would be in third. Nicely at 20, third. But if I'm now on a road with parked vehicles, I'm going to be in second.
Okay.
Especially if there's just too many things happening where I would want to be slowing down much quicker. Lower gear would be preferred at that point. But good question. But that's it, guys. That's the end of today's mock driving test. Do let us know what you guys thought of Joyce's driving. It was a good drive. It's just you haven't driven for a while. A little bit buffing up here and there. Just need to keep getting that practice in. But I feel like you're going to be fine in London. Just be more aware of your surroundings, just a bit more mirror checks, knowing where everybody is, because you notice when we were driving down that last road, second to last road, that scooter came out, then the cyclist came out. These people we've got to be hyper aware of where they are, who's going where, because we can't just turn and then they just turn up. So more aware of your surroundings, especially in a city. Okay? But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and bell icon up here. Bye.